The MC ready for the fourth match of the evening. Phil Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you now please welcome on stage for the final match on this Boxing Day evening at the Circus Tavern from Middlesex, the Caveman Alan Caves. Ladies and gentlemen, twice a semi-finalist here at the Circus Tavern from Red Hill in Surrey, Diamond Dave Askew!
They can stimulate to tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might hurt me. Diamonds are forever. Hold one up and then caress it. Touch it, stroke it and undress it. I can see every part, nothing hides in the heart to hurt me. I don't need love, for what good will love do me? Diamonds never.
There's one or two Hawaiian shirts out there in the crowd tonight. They thought they were going to see Wayne Mardle, but Diamond Dave Askew, instead of Mardle, it is Alan Caves he's facing, the man who put out Wayne Mardle 3-2. And this one will take us into the wee small hours, but stay up if you can. For Alan Caves, Diamond Dave Askew, your commentators Rod Harrington and Stuart Pike.
So we're approaching the midnight hour, the witching hour here at the Circus Tavern as we round off Boxing Night here at the World Championships. What a night it's been. Askew and Caves rounding it all off. It won't be easy. Caveman, who of course produced one of the big shocks of the first round, dumping out Wayne Mardle. And it'll be tough, Rod, because all night they've been gearing up to come on the stage, not quite knowing what time that they're going to get their slice of the action.
Yeah, that's a problem, and I think Dave should be more adapted to this. You know, this is early for Caveman, you know, in his career. And you're right, Stu, when you're upstairs you're thinking, well, perhaps I'll go on at 10 o'clock, and you kind of prepare all your practice for the 10 o'clock, and then you think, oh well, up past 10, 11, and then you're going on an hour to an hour and a half after you thought you would do. And of course, as the evening goes on, you do get a bit tired.
Right,
You've not had a great deal of sleep last night, probably because of the nerves. But you know, we could be in for a long game here because they're both the same sort of player. And obviously, the Caveman had a great win over Wayne, and so he's really up for it.
125.
Well, we've seen some fantastic darts tonight already. Dubbridge, McGowan, Dennis Ovens all going really close to
55.
A magical night darter. Ovens, if you're just joining us, just coming in from the pub, Ovens clipping the wire on double 12 for the first ever nine darter scene here at the Circus Tavern. And we've seen, incredibly, in 3 matches so far, 49 180s tonight, which is just quite unbelievable. And I guess sums up the standard and the quality throughout the PDC 2006 as we head into 2007.
Yeah, an absolutely unbelievable night of darts, as you said, Stu. I mean, Dennis Ovens had 2 darts to win the match, end up losing. Mark Dubbridge, you know, still shooting a 96 or something average, and missing all them darts at a double. So the scoring on the treble 20 tonight has been unbelievable. And then we see a vintage Phil Taylor I mean, I don't know who upset him in the practice room, but blimey, someone must have done. He looked so mean, and of course McGowan absolutely played brilliant tonight, which me and Eric said he would. He doesn't get flustered, and he's certainly a top 16 player by the middle of the year.
Well, McGowan would have beaten any other player in the tournament. Good start for Askew. Yep, it's in, Dave. 16's your shot now to leave tops for the first leg of this match. Double top for Askew.
96.
A wry smile that he knows he'll be back for another shot. And, well, you just wonder, don't you, whether Alan Caves can
60.
hit the dizzy heights of his victory over Wayne Mardle. We'll see over the next hour or so. Double 10 for Askew. And the first leg in the bag for Diamond Dave, a man from Surrey.
Second leg, Alan to
He'll be happy with that. It's always so difficult. Case of after the Lord Mayor's show, when we've seen all that we've seen tonight, then we see Vintage Taylor averaging 109. All the 180s, all the entertainment, the close games, and here they are at quarter to midnight, trying to concentrate in a huge game. Places in the last 16, of course, up for grabs, and a minimum take-home of £8,500.
Yeah, certainly very important for these two guys. So this time of night, it is hard to keep the concentration. But once you get on the stage and the adrenaline starts to rush, you know, you're up there, you're alive. And I have to say that Askew has come out the gate really good, and he's looking quite tidy at the moment.
Yeah, you just over the years, Askew, who's sparkled on many occasions, notably here, his first 2 years at the Circus Tavern, he reached the semi-finals, lost to Phil Taylor on both occasions. No shame there, but you just don't know which Dave Askew is going to turn up at the office.
No, nowadays that is true. He's been a great player for 20 years. I first met Dave, first competition in Denmark, where he beat Cliff Lazarenko 6-0 in the final. So he's got the pedigree to do well. He's never just really won a major on TV. Just 16, just to clear it up.
Alan, you require
The Caveman,
100.
right character, the Caveman. Nice treble 20. Treble 19 for double 19. He's just going to have to clean it up.
44.
So against the throw,
40.
a real grip on this first set for Dave Askew. Should be a really nice marker, and it is. And, well, in the blink of an eye, the first two legs go to Askew, who is looking pretty good here. We saw in his first round match, he started well against the qualifier Martin Birchall, was 2 sets up there, should have won it 3-0, and then went to sleep, allowed Birchall to fight back, and in the end Askew was forced to win it in a decider. And we all know about the achievements of this man. That was a fabulous game.
45.
Everyone is, I think probably Alan Caves as well, to see him back here for a second round match, because that was the first time that Caves had ever won a major match on television.
22.
He was Mr. First Round Loser, and to do it on the biggest stage of all against Mardle as well.
Well, I think that was probably a good game for the Caveman. He likes the bit of the hype and what goes on with the crowd, and with Wayne trying to wind them up, and I think Wayne may have played into his hands a little bit. But Dave now wasting a few darts, starting off the leg very well.
81.
But he is a character, this Caveman. He's always bubbly, he always likes a laugh, he never takes anything serious. He's one of the real characters. And he's got a little bit of a quirk to his throw when he brings the dart from the left-hand side of his face and then over to the right eye and then release, which is very unusual.
100.
Good stuff from Askew. Yeah. He's your happy-go-lucky, cheeky chappy as Alan Caves.
68.
You just get a feeling if he actually took his darts seriously, he'd be up in the world's top 16.
60.
Yeah, it's very loose darts there from Askew, but Caves, he needs a good couple of trebles. He's just not finding the range. Sometimes it happens, you just can't find the range, and then all of a sudden it clicks into gear. Unless you're Taylor, of course, and then he finds it from the very first dart.
55.
158.
Tops then for Askew.
145.
Unless Alan Caves could produce something extra special here.
45.
So here we go.
40.
For a great start for Dave Askew. Lovely lie for the man from Surrey, yes. Well, three terrific legs for Dave Askew, and that was a very, very impressive start. Askew, 1 set to the good. Night of darts, boxing night at the Circus Tavern, and well, Alan Caves started the match as favourite, but not anymore. A terrific start from Diamond Dave Askew, first to 4 sets for a place in the last 16 of the World Championships.
Yeah, Caves, he's got to get out of the gate now. You can't let Dave get 2 sets up on him, and Dave's right in here straight away. They're looking pretty good, Dave. He needs to stay straight, you feel, and the way Caves is spraying them all over the place. He just can't find his range. The trouble is when you're very unexperienced up there, you know, when you can't find your range, then it gets to you a little bit more, and then you try to force the darts, and sometimes it can get worse.
Well, there we go. That's 2 now for Diamond Dave Askew, and he really is looking good. Great response as well from Caves. Now that just might spark a flame for Alan Caves.
$83.
Well, Caves, he needs a big score to tidy this up. That's a very wide dart from him. 2 high ones.
100.
Good third.
Dave, you required
Oh, pretty good standard. 2 180s from Askew, 1 from Caves already. Leaves the treble 18, which will now give Caves his first chance to win a leg. He's yet to have a shot at the double.
66.
Yeah, Dave's tidied up, put a bit of pressure on. He's looking for a treble 20. Treble 20 with double 18. Should stay there for double 8. No, he won't be happy. 16 just to tie it up and misses the big number.
Dave, you required 32.
This is going to be 4 consecutive legs for Dave Askew. It is, and well, it's a smiling Dave Askew.
Second leg.
It's a worried Alan Caves, and 4 consecutive legs, and I just wonder if Wayne Mardle has stayed up to watch this, and he'll be thinking, how on earth did Alan Caves produce the performance he did against me
43.
in the first round? Mardle was 2 sets down. Caves was sensational. Mardle missed 5 darts to win, and Caves won it in overtime. Well, there's another one. That's 2 apiece, and we're only in what, the 5th leg of the match.
Yeah, it's been a great night for 180s. If you've done the betting on that for the tournament or even the evening, you'd have been walking to the bookies and earning a few quid.
53 maximums we've seen on Boxing Night alone here at the Circus Tavern. That is absolutely sensational from all the players that we've seen.
100.
We've got a heck of a day coming up tomorrow. Don't miss it, we're on the air at midday. James Wade, Dennis Priestley, as Caves tries to land another one.
40.
Jenkins, Sholton, and we start the 3rd round. Raymond van Barneveld against Rico Vonk. And the winner of this match will be back tomorrow night to take on Alan Tabern.
Tops for a 157 for Caves.
Fantastic.
What a great finish. That should kick him into gear, give him a bit of confidence. Sometimes that's what you need. Big shot, big score, hit a 180 in that leg. Against the throw, he'll feel he's in the game now. And he's straight in there again.
Oh, he's warming up, isn't he? That is fantastic. We've seen 180s in consecutive legs for Alan Caves. Great entertainment. Now it's Askew's turn.
140.
Yeah, they certainly hit 180s for fun all this evening.
5 legs of darts, 5 180s already in this match.
43.
The Caveman's got an unusual throat, and he's got an unusual haircut.
100. 100.
Askew bidding to get past the second round of the World Championships for the first time since he reached the semi-finals 5 years ago.
140.
And they were great darts from Askew. A chance here to steal the throw in this
60.
second set.
Dave require 121.
If he checks this out, it'll be a 12-darter.
Yeah, Caves didn't pressure the shot. He's just going to set it up. All the good players from
81.
around 150 to 220, 230 always set the shot up. It is a shot, but it's a big ask at this time of night.
157 to win the last
94.
leg.
Dave
Maybe
require
2 legs to
40.
1 and too late for Alan Caves. Well done, Askew. Yeah. He's looked pretty impressive on his checkouts. 57%, 4 out of 7 on his finishing. And here comes Dave Askew for the second set.
Yeah, certainly likes the double top tonight. That's 2 in, and he throws, you can see there, they're the old type Phil Taylor darts, before Phil changed over to the gold. And Caves has got into his rhythm now. Looked at one time as Askew was going to walk away with it, but Caves has found his range. Like I said, sometimes it takes 1 or 2 legs or a set to do that.
100.
You have to dig in there, you have to keep, fighting away, don't let it go.
Well, one thing's for sure, there's a great opportunity here for one of these players to perhaps progress to at least the quarterfinals. Alan Taban tomorrow night in the 3rd round. A great opportunity for Taban, of course, as well, who won a sudden death final leg shootout against Dennis Ovens earlier. So the door has been opened, and one of these two could perhaps be eyeing a quarter-final place.
Yeah, certainly you don't disrespect other players, but when you look at the draw, you do think, well, that's an easier road for me. And you've still got to get up there and do it.
55.
Perhaps some of the players look at it too much
40.
and think, well, I'm through to the quarter-final semis, but double top again for Dave.
2 10s for the set. Askew is running hot here at the Circus Tavern. He has won 6 out of 7 legs. And it means that he's already 2 sets to the good against Alan Caves. Talent from Dave Askew, who is big favourite now to progress through to the last 16 of the World Championships. Alan Caves, the conqueror of Wayne Mardle, has won just 1 leg in the match so far, and he needed a brilliant 157 checkout to do that. Now, we shall see if Askew can keep his concentration, or whether Caves can find an extra gear.
Well, he certainly needs to. Dave is throwing a good game of darts here. He's up to just over 94 average and a 60% on doubles. And you would take that any time of day, and possibly the best that Dave's performed on this big stage for a while, as you said earlier on. Still, he's pressurising the Caveman, and the Caveman knows he's got to take out shots to get in this game.
Well, the crowd in the Circus Tavern giving the players great respect. They will appreciate
81.
how difficult it is at this stage of the proceedings, having seen 3 quite sensational games already tonight.
140.
A lot of the crowd, of course, Rod,
60.
had probably
Alan, you require
bought tickets for the action here on Boxing Night to see Wayne Mardle. Yeah, single 17 maybe, or 9 to lead tops. 17 it is.
110.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Roddy, he nearly busted score there.
Yeah, we see that earlier on today with Mark Dubridge busting a 137. Which,
60.
cost
Alan,
him the
you
leg.
require 32.
Double 16 for Caves to win his second leg.
Against the throw as well. Mile away, double 4.
Caves
better.
on the first leg.
Only the second leg that Alan Caves has won in this match.
Second leg, Alan to Ropers. Game on.
Yeah, as I said earlier, a bit of a character is Caves. He's got a big smile on his face. Pressure never upsets him. He'll just go up and play his own game. So and that, he's just cursed himself.
36.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago he went into the UK at Open finals at Bolton at the Reebok Stadium as one of the top 5 or 6 seeds.
100.
He reached a couple of semi-finals. He won one of the regionals as well, and I think we all thought at that stage that Caves was finally going to make the breakthrough into the big time. But then,
60.
as soon as he got on the television, didn't matter whether it was here at the World Championships or in Blackpool, Dublin, he just couldn't seem to perform.
140.
No, it is a progression. You know, it is a ladder going up in your career. You know, you start off as a good floor player, and then to progress to being a great stage player.
28.
It takes consistency and perhaps changing the way you live, the way you practice. And some people can adapt to it, and some people never do. And obviously the great players like the Bristows and the
60.
Lows, and Eric and Priestley, you know, they learnt very quickly how to do it.
I think the key is for Caves, is that he'll admit it. He plays darts for fun, and as long as he's got that attitude, he isn't going to win major tournaments.
No, it's a business nowadays, and a big
100.
business, you know, with live TV and the money that's at stake on the tour next year. It's got to be taken completely serious. And Caves, he's obviously got the ability. He just needs
Dave, you
to
require 101.
turn things a little bit to make it go in his favour.
Double 12, that was a great dart.
89. Alan,
Well,
you
under
require
57.
156.
We've already seen Alan Caves produce that brilliant finish. Are we going to see him do this? Unlucky. Askew's back then.
140. Dave, you require 12.
Double 6 to level it up.
And
First
on
start.
the second leg. Dave
I felt he's a
Askew.
bit unlucky. It was a good
Third
first
leg,
start in the
Dave
treble 20.
to
Would have expected to follow it up as we see
Game on.
Dave Askew's double 6. And now Dave's got the throwback. He'll be looking to tidy this leg up. And then the set.
140.
If you are just joining us on Sky Sports, it's been a fabulous night of darts. Alan Tabern beating Dennis Evans 4-3 in a final leg shootout. Andy Hamilton beating Mark Dubridge 4-3 in a match which contained 24 180s, and then Phil Taylor 4-1 winner over Mick McGowan, but the scoreline was harsh on the Irishman. Taylor averaging 109, McGowan 102, and that's the standard that we've seen all through this second round. We've seen some quite incredible matches.
Yeah, certainly tonight. I think there's a few people. Certainly Alan Tabern has come of age on the big stage. I think we've seen
81.
a revitalised Mark Dubridge. He's had a bit of a bad year, and I think he'll take some pluses out of the game against Hamilton and say, like Lloyd did the other night, well, I lost, but I'm back.
100.
Well, Askew, big favourite for this leg here. Great pressure though. How about that? Brilliant. Caves could just produce moments of magic. 16 for tops now. Pressure on the shot. Oh, well, he has coped brilliantly with the pressure. 180 from Caves. And
Alan
Askew,
to
check out
Roper.
percentage, 62%, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, unbelievable from Askew. He's
100.
brought the mortgage on that double top tonight. He hasn't really missed it. He missed it once. Now he'll be looking to close the leg out and the set.
60.
A little bit of a snatch there with his last dart, which is sometimes a fate of Dave's. Just tries to flick the wrist and always go low if he does that.
100.
Well, he has been impressive. He has had an awful year. First round loser. Didn't make it to
81.
Vegas. First round loser in Ireland. He, you know, had fears that he was going to slip out of the world's top 32, Dave Askew, but if he wins this,
100.
the £8,500 he's guaranteed will keep him in the world's elite.
Well, certainly now that we've moved over to a money list next
60.
year, this tournament really does mean a lot to these players. A lot more than what the points used to. It's the
60.
biggest tournament in the world, the Ladbrokes World Championship.
Quite right, Rod, and of course next year £2.5 million worth of prize money available, and the winner's check for
Alan, you
World
require
Match Play World Grand Prix
141.
going up to £50,000, and that'll be the trend over the next X many years, I'm sure, with the increased prize money. Caves on a two-darter.
121.
That is a great
Alan,
recovery,
you
isn't
require
it?
86.
First dart in the single one a mile away, then follow up with two treble 20s. Ball it is now for Alan Caves.
46. Dave, you require 98.
For the set. He's the treble 18. Unlucky. That was unlucky.
Yeah, a whisker away. Caves coming back for 40. Make it 2 all in this
Alan,
set.
you require 40.
Here's a mini dart to the double. He's going to miss. He would like to see the first one just above. He didn't
Caves
miss.
on the fourth leg.
The double top has
Alan
served them
Caves.
both well tonight.
Fifth leg, Dave to
Dave has got the
Roper.
throw. And we expect to close
Game
this
on.
out.
In the context of the match, this is a huge leg of darts,
97.
because if Askew can take a 3-0 lead, you just can't see Caves coming back the way he's playing, producing flashes of brilliance,
45.
but just far too inconsistent. If Caves can take it, then it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, like you said earlier on, if Wayne's watching this, he'll probably be
100.
feeling very disappointed that Caves, he hasn't come to the races tonight. But you do see that quite often, a guy that's new to the big stage,
83.
big flash in one game, and then just can't keep it together for the second one. But it is a learning curve in this game, like every other job.
100.
Steady she goes here for Dave Askew. Is this going to be another moment of magic from Alan Caves? 5 180s, and you know he's right back in this leg. And in there with a shout, but Askew can respond in kind.
121.
Yeah, that's a very bad last start from Dave. Got a bit excited. Caves, he's got to hit at least a ton. No,
58.
he's give Dave the leg
Dave, you
really.
require 83.
So here we go for another set, maybe. 16 would leave the bull. Bullseye for Askew. Oh,
33.
so unlucky.
Alan, you require
No, they wouldn't get
135.
much closer, Dave Askew.
Yep. Caves is going to go for the bullseye 25 and go 60. Nope, just has to set it up. Askew now will be looking to go 3-0 up, and he knows that
Dave,
3-0 up, he should have the
50.
game in his pocket.
Double 16. Oh, he isn't missing. He isn't missing. Sharp
Dave
shooting
Askew.
from Dave Askew. He has reeled off 3 sets in no time at all. Brilliant stuff from the man. Well, we're past the witching hour, but the darting feast continues at the Circus Tavern. And Diamond Dave Askew adding a bit of shine and a bit of polish to proceedings here, needing just one more set for a place in the last 16. And, well, you mentioned it before, Rod, that at this stage of the night, considering that they've been under a lot of pressure backstage, not knowing what time they're going to come on, this is the best that we've seen Askew perform in a major tournament live on Sky Sports for some time.
Yeah, certainly he's shooting just over a 90 average, and the most impressive thing is the 56% on doubles, which Dave in his stage career would probably say that was the worst part of his game. He always used to score well. And there's 2 in for Caves, and that's another 180 for Cavesy.
Well, we've now had 8 in the match, 6 for Alan Caves, 2 for Dave Askew.
100.
And by my maths, which ain't my strongest subject, Rod, 57 we've seen tonight. Make that 58. Magnificent.
Yeah, what a great leg from the Cavesy. I mean, you've got to give it to these two guys up here. You know, 12 o'clock at night. Probably didn't sleep well last night, and they're producing some great darts. This will be for 11 darts.
46.
Well, he'll be back. Alan Caves has won only 3 legs so far in this match. Surely we'll make it 4 here.
41.
Well, double 5, not the best of doubles, but Cavesy will go straight for it. That's not too bad. He'll say that's a guide. Oh, that's a bit of a pull. Giving Dave an outside chance of nicking the leg.
Would like the red bit here.
60.
Double 2 it is for Alan Caves. Yes.
On the first leg.
A rare leg for Alan Caves.
Second leg.
Askew looking to finish the match off here in this 4th set. But you just don't know what to expect with Caves. We've seen some ordinary darts, and we've seen some
60.
quite brilliant darts as well. Well, the man with the Mohican haircut, with the earrings,
23.
the panache and the pizzazz. The man who beat Wayne Mardle, but he's up against it now.
Yeah, he shouldn't come back from this. Dave Askew should close it out. As we've seen already this week, the Lloyd Barnveld match, being 3-0 up doesn't mean you've won the game. And here's Caves, he's in there again. He has certainly hit the treble 20 well. He just needs to follow the 180s up with another ton or ton 40 to get control in these legs.
I'll tell you what, this is quite amazing that Caves is losing 3 sets to 0. And he's hit 8 maximums, 10 in the match already.
100.
And a chance here maybe for Alan Caves to steal a march in this 4th set.
$95.
59 180s in 4 matches of darts, and this one isn't finished just yet.
Well, it certainly shows the calibre of these players, certainly in depth. Askew now needs to set this up and put some pressure on the Caveman, which he won't enjoy that. No, Caveman's going to have 3 clear darts at 73. We're looking at a 57 for double 8. You know, 14 for double top. Tops.
Superb 12 darter from Caves. Now then, he will start believing he can win this set, and he will start believing he can get back into this match.
You know, sometimes, you know, you can go 3 up thinking, right, I'm home and dry, and the adrenaline drops a little bit, and you're not as nervous, so you're not, you know, bouncing. And then the guy gets 1 set back, and you start to panic a bit, and then perhaps he gets another set back, and your darts start to wander. And, you know, you see the grimace on Dave's face there thinking, come on, I've just got to hold it together and I'm through. And the Caveman think, I've got nothing to lose, I'm just going to throw me darts, and he's starting to play well.
Yep, Caves is bouncing on the hockey now, really enjoying it.
100.
Askew was 2 sets to the good in his first round match, and eventually stumbled over the finishing line in the deciding set. He's 3 sets to the good here.
Well, certainly Dave's first dart is starting to go a bit wayward.
55.
In the early sets, he was getting that just above the treble if it weren't in. And now he's starting to hit the bad scores, where the Caveman is starting to hit at
85.
least 1 treble with his 3 darts. And he's big favourite to win this leg and to take the set.
Well, Askew has completely
41.
lost the range.
Alan, you require 160.
But a good point you made, Rod. Concentration as well. He'll be feeling he would be almost there. And all of a sudden, it looks like he's going to be forced into another set. As Caves finally finds some consistency.
83.
Not
Alan,
really
you require
pressuring the shot.
56.
Caves now 16 for double top. So make it 3 sets to 1. Just below, that's a good guide. He'll be happy with that, and
on
is.
the 4th set. Alan Caves.
Caves will feel a lot more easier now. You'll think, oh, I've got a chance now.
Dave to
Let's try and put some panic in Askew.
Game on.
Dave now with the throw.
Well, this will be interesting if Caves can pinch this one as well. He's certainly got the momentum at the moment, Alan Caves. That's better from Askew.
140.
Yeah, certainly this game is all about pressure. You put your opponent under as much pressure as you can. Even if you're behind or in front, you just keep pounding the board. And in the end, something will snap. And Caves is certainly back in this game now.
59.
It's got a bit scrappy, hasn't it, from Dave Askew?
100. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He certainly produces and provides entertainment, doesn't he? Alan Caves,
121.
winning or losing, he plays with a smile on his face, and he certainly won't give up, that's for sure.
60.
No, he's a
David,
fighter.
121.
Although he looks very quick on the hockey, he is a fighter. Dave's going to have to go 51. No, he just have to clean it up.
46. Alan,
Looking
you
for the
require
treble 17 to lead the ball
121.
in the next bed. He was. Same equation here. Treble 17.
That's a good tidy up from Caves. What Dave didn't do in his
85.
previous visit is leave himself a double.
Dave
Unless he hits the
requires
treble, he'll only have
75.
1 dart at the double. He's going to go 18 for tops. May only have this dart, and he's suited him well up until now.
35.
He knows how much that meant.
36.
Caves now 36. Take the leg.
Now this would make it very interesting. It would be against the throw. Double 18 it is. They don't come much better than that, and it's 4 consecutive legs now for Alan Caves, and certainly something for Dave Askew to ponder.
The thing is, when you've not been at the top of your game, which we all know Dave hasn't been for a year or so, he may start to panic. He may start to think, well, is he going to come back? You've got to force the issue. As I said earlier on, you have to make it happen, not let it happen. And at the moment, Dave is seemed to trying to let it happen, and the Caves is really coming back.
140.
Well, it's all about character now, isn't it? Caves has got character and courage and skill in bucket loads, and there we see the numbers for Askew in the first 3 sets, where he dominated and he looked to be coasting to a 4-0 victory. Set 2, you see there, Caves better average because of a 157 checkout and 3 180s. But look at the way that Askew's game dipped off in the 4th set.
Yeah, he won't be happy with them averages. And Cavey certainly won't have to go with the ball. He's set it up. He's pushed his average up to just under 90 now, and Dave has dropped to 84. And Dave certainly isn't jumping up and down that hockey now. He's feeling a little bit of the pressure, I think.
Alan, you required 32.
Oh, what a turnaround here. What a turnaround now. Alan Caves win his 5th consecutive leg. And the Caves camp starting to believe. Maybe Alan Caves is starting to believe as well.
I think you're exactly right, Stu. I think he's got it in his mind. He's playing well enough now to roll off a few more legs. He's certainly got this set, you know, in his grasp. And if he gets it back to 3-2, then the pressure will really be on Askew. And Cavesy will just go up there and play his own game.
100.
Well, this would be another amazing comeback. Still a fair way to go. But you just really do feel
96.
momentum. And the darts are with Alan Caves. Of course, we saw one of the most sensational comebacks in the 14 years here at the Circus Tavern on Friday when Barney came from 3-0 down to beat Lloyd. Not quite as dramatic, but this has certainly had its moments.
Well, certainly, I think Dave's probably been dragged into throwing too quick. Dave has always been, you know, a very deliberate thrower. He seems to be getting to the hockey a bit too quick. If I was certainly up there playing the Caveman, I would certainly perhaps just take my time a little bit more, try and slow him down, throw him out of his rhythm, because he's certainly been on a rhythm the last 5 or 6 legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, while the players are throwing, show some respect and give the very best of all.
Bruce Spenley, the referee. He just stopped Alan Caves in his tracks there because he really was in the rhythm, in the groove, but he settled for that. And a possible 13 darter here for Caves. Big 15 here, surely.
135.
So, for another set.
Alan, you required 36.
What a set, and to really put the pressure on Dave Askew. Double 18, there it is. It looks big. Is it big for just inside that?
2 scores.
That could be a big let-off.
Dave, you
Askew
required
can nick
40.
the leg.
Double 10. His confidence is shot to pieces at the moment. Dave Askew, he needs something from somewhere. And you just didn't fancy that he was going to get that.
34.
No, early part of this game, Dave weren't missing the double tops.
One dart at double 12. So a let-off for Dave Askew.
5.
Only one way to go. There's the 1. And there's the 2 twos. Much relief. Caves had won 5 consecutive legs. He had 5 darts to win the set there. Askew still alive and kicking. And maybe some of the belief will start to return to him. Here we go again. Fantastic, fantastic. 9 maximums for Alan Caves. And that brings up another landmark on what's been a sensational night. 60 180s in 4 matches of darts. Quality.
100.
5 darts Alan Caves has already missed to take this set.
95.
Yep, he's in control here though, Cavey. He won't be happy about giving that last leg away, but he's still concentrating on scoring.
45.
Askew now needs a big score to get himself back in this leg and in the set. And that's a help.
100.
So Caves still with the edge here. To take the set. After being 3-0 down.
85.
140 would be lovely here.
81.
Well, there you
Alan,
see
you
the
require
snatch of Dave.
91.
That was a terrible dart. He needed at least a ton. He's maybe look at the ball. He's at the 5, 86. He should be treble 18, double 16 for the set.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's the only word to describe it. And a rueful smile on the face of Dave Askew.
The very best of all,
And from nowhere, Alan Caves has come from 3 sets down and now throwing in set 6 to possibly take us to a decider.
43.
Well, Dave Askew's certainly got to get his game together. He's got to throw Cavey off his rhythm.
100.
He needs this leg. He's got to break him as quick as possible.
$84.
Now then,
140.
well, it's a little bit better.
Well, Askew's got the throw in his leg now. He's just got to stick in that treble 20.
95.
Let's put your head on the chopping block, Rod. I know you like the odd wager. Who's going to win this from here?
100.
Well, I think if Cavey wins this first leg, I think he could go on and maybe win the game if he keeps Dave under pressure. But if Dave can get this leg, he may just go on and then do it. I know I've hedged me bets there, but it is a fine line.
98.
So this would be against the throw. Settle him down again, Askew. Needs to go to the top half of the bed. Awkward now. Awkward for Askew. But somehow he found a way through.
Second leg.
There's Eileen, Dave Askew's lady.
Game on.
Now, will that put some spark back into Diamond Dave?
100.
Well, I feel this is the leg. This is the game right here. If Dave can win this leg and go 2-0 up, he's going to certainly should close the game out. He's thrown Cavey a little bit off his rhythm. You can see that snatch again from Dave. I don't know why he doesn't really switch down the bottom.
I was going to say, where on earth does that come from? We know where the maximums come from Alan Caves. 10! 118s from Caves, a dozen in the match. And all of a sudden, he's back in the leg, and he may well be back in the set.
It's been apparent in all the matches today, the 180s that have been hit. I know you say a 180 is always crucial, but there are certain times when it's more crucial than others, and it's certainly been apparent today.
60.
I don't know, but you've seen all 14 World Championships here at the Circus Tavern, but I guess even you'd struggle to remember a session where we've had 4 matches and what, 61 maximums.
No, I don't think it's ever happened, and that is the standard of the game nowadays, and it's credit down to the PDC. Say £2.5 million in prize fund next year. And the way Sky have brought it on made it really appealing.
Double
five.
120.
My, that was
120.
very, very close again. The pressure returns to Dave Askew. Has to get the treble 17, so Caves will return
57.
to win this leg
Alan,
against the throw and get us back on an even keel. No messing whatsoever. And interestingly, the Caveman's checkout percentage has improved dramatically, 38% now, and Askew's has dipped from a high of 62 to 46. 10 out of 26 at the doubles for Caves, 11 out of 24 for Diamond Dave.
Yeah,
59.
Dave, he's got to break the caveman here. I don't think he's going to want to take it to that
79.
final set. Dave has just lost his momentum. Now he should follow that up. Now there's that little snatch. It's just as the dart lets go, the wrist lets go of the dart, it just overworks and ends up in what we call in the game as a snatch.
43.
Well, completely lost the range there, so Askew should steal the darts here.
100.
First of 4 sets. And, well, a quick turnaround as well for the winner of this match.
140.
They'll be back tomorrow night. Last match on again tomorrow in the 3rd round to take on Alan Caveman for a place, it would be, in the quarterfinals. And there we go again. That must be just a lack of concentration from Askew. He just like throwing the dart away.
Yeah,
55.
sometimes you might hang on to the dart a little bit too long and your brain has told the hand that it should have already let go, and that ends up in that. Sometimes people may say it's the start of a bit of dart, the opposite to a dartitis. In dartitis you hang on to the dart too much, and Dave just wants to release the dart too quick. Caves now needs a treble 20, the pressure is shot because
58.
he threw first in this leg.
Dave, you require 102.
Ball double 16, the route here for Askew. Well, he went the 14 route, which means that the way he's been playing, quite possible. Another one of those. Bullseye!
101. Dave, you require
Right, this could be the
48.
best chance for Dave. Get in front and throw for the match. Double 16 needs to go just below that.
16
That's a big
score.
miss, Stu. He may regret that one.
Alan, you required 25.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alan Caves then, to continue what is becoming a terrific fight back. Double 8 it is! Double 8 he gets! And Alan Caves now is a leg away from taking us into a deciding set.
Game on.
What a fight back!
Yep, we've seen some great fight backs today. We've seen some great matches, heavy scoring.
100.
One thing that's really shown up tonight is the amount of legs that have been won against the throw in all the matches. A vintage Taylor against McGowan. Taylor just on 109 average, unbelievable against a McGowan at the top of his game. It's certainly someone we're going to see for a long time.
140.
Here he goes again!
140.
He's settled for that at this stage. 3-0 down. He'd won just a couple of legs. It was a breeze for Dave Askew. And all of a sudden, Alan Caves, the qualifier, remember, who dumped Wayne Mardle out in one of the biggest shocks of the tournament so far, is right back in with a shout.
Dave, you require 121.
Well, Dave knows he's just got to sort this out. He don't need to take it out. Now, normally I'd go 25 on here. That'll give me 2 darts and a double on my return. He's gone the other way. He'll go down for the 19s. No, he's staying there.
100. Dave, you require 64.
Pressure darts. Double 16 then for Askew.
32.
And there's that snatch final dart again. And here comes Alan Caves for the set. Tops then to take us into a decider.
59.
Right,
Dave, you
32 for
require
Askew to take it 2-all in this set. Double 12.
Games on the
Way that first one went.
Dave
Never thought he
Askew.
got the second, but he did.
5th leg, Alan to throw first.
There we have it. You can see the joy on Dave's face. Make it 2-all in this set. Now the Caveman throwing for the set.
On we go.
42.
Now then. Only 42 from Alan Caves. Can Askew
83.
take advantage? Well, we could be heading into a 7th and deciding set, or Dave Askew could take out the match
21.
right here, and already he has stolen the darts. All about concentration now for Askew. He's experienced enough.
60.
Yeah, Dave should have really punished the Caveman, and he didn't, and the Caveman's come straight back at him.
140.
You've got to punish the player when he gives you a chance. That's what the Taylor and the Barnvelts and the Eversons and the Priestleys did. And Dave
60.
again has not found the treble.
And the Harringtons did on occasions.
Yeah, on occasions.
45.
So, massive leg here for both these players, and Alan Caves, who's done brilliantly to come back from 3 sets down.
81.
As we see, again, that third and final slack dart from Askew. Who believes? That's what it must come down to. Who believes that they can win this match from here?
Well, you can see Davis taking some deep breaths. He's one in. He needs a 140.
100.
The ton puts the pressure on.
Alan, you require
Caveman will all feel if he doesn't take the
154.
154 out. If I can just set it up, put some pressure on. 117 for Askew. He's got to hit at least one treble. No, he needs a big treble.
Not that one.
42. Dave, you require 117.
Treble 20. Treble 19 would leave him with tops for the match.
97. Alan, you
Well, we
require
see it in the Ovens match.
112.
He had a dart, or 2 darts, a double top to win. The Caveman now. This is make or break. 12 double top to win the set.
92. Dave, you
Well,
require
that's 2 chances
20.
Caves has had to win the set. Askew's missed 1 dart for the match.
Yes,
He doesn't miss this time. Diamond Dave Askew goes through to the last 16. It was a titanic tussle. Caves fought back from 3-0 down. But it's Askew who will play Tavern for a place in the quarter-finals.
Marathon day of darts, but it's been a whole lot of fun. Dave Askew eventually winning that one, putting himself in the 3rd round of the competition.